how to access a MySQL database using a Python. Right? First, we have to install the MySQL thing. After that, we have to connect the Python into the MySQL database. After that, we can access data through my Python code. Right? Now, the first thing is we have to get the MySQL database, create the MySQL database. The one easiest way is we have to install the web server things, right? Call Apache and the MySQL things, right? Those two parts are the necessary things. Now, like a web design part, we install the SAMP, XAMPP. That's the, I think you are familiar with you. Whenever using the web server thing, we are installing SAMP or WAM, doesn't matter whatever thing, right? I am installing here SAMP. I will show you how to install the SAMP first. To download the SAMP, XAMPP, that's Apache and MySQL, we need that one. That's a SAMP Apache web server. You can download it from apachefriends.org. This is the web address, apachefriends.org, or you can give it a Google search and you can download the latest version, 8.0.7 for Windows. Once you download, you have to install that one. In addition, I will show you the location of your notes, PDF files. Go to our website, training.domains.lk, training.domains.lk. After that, select training materials and go to the Python programming. Training materials and Python programming. There are 8 lessons there. If you go to the first one, database lesson 1, actually there's a video there. It will display how to install that one. But you can download the notes or slides either in Sinhala or English. Both languages are there. Right? If it's English, this is the note. It gives a step-by-step instruction to how to create the MySQL database using PHP MyAdmin. Right? Now, database is something like we are creating a database with the one table called personal table with 2 fields. One is index number, other one is name, and few sample records there. But when you are creating that one, we have 3 digits for index number. That's enough for our purpose. And the name with maybe characters, maybe 10 characters for the sample website. Right? All the instructions are there. I am doing it on this computer now live, right? Everything. Likewise, there are few other lessons also. Say lesson 5, again, notes in Sinhala and English. Okay, you can download that one later. Yeah, today I am going to demonstrate on this computer. You can see that one. Right, the first thing is I am installing I will show you how to download that one. Go to the Apache Friends, downloading Windows one. I am downloading on my computer now. Just double click then it will ask something, yes or no, click yes. After few seconds, it will ask few questions. Yeah, I'm just typing continue with installation. Then it's give a warning, just click OK. Then the next screen, it will start the setup of SAMP, click next. Again, click next. Click next. You have to click next every time, right? Yeah. Here, learn more about Vietnam for exam. You don't need that one. Disable that one. And next. Again, now it's installing. Okay, now you have to click the finish button. Say, completing the SAMP setup wizard. It will ask, do you want to start the control panel now? Yes. We click that one and click finish. Now here is the control panel. Right. What we need to do our work is, there's a web server called Apache. Now there's a button to click the to start the service. We have to click the start button only once. Don't press twice, right? Otherwise it will stop. Okay, Apache is starting. Then MySQL one start. Yeah, now two services are running. Okay, we can close that one. Don't worry about that one. Now the next thing is, how do you check whether this is installed properly or not? Right. What we can do is go to a web browser and type localhost and press enter. Then it comes this one. If you successfully install that one, you will get this screen. Localhost/dashboard, right? That's automatically comes. There you can find, then go to the menu, application, FAQs, how to guides, PHP info, PHP myadmin. Go to the PHP myadmin. Now you can see there were several menus there. Now our main object is create a database. To create a database, you have to select the databases menu, right? At the top, start the databases. We have databases, SQL, status, user accounts, and many more things. Click the databases. Then it will display already existing databases, right? Yeah, these are the databases automatically generated when you install the MySQL, right? In our example, I am going to create a database called student, student, right? Just type the student name on the given box and create. That's only. Don't change anything. Name of the database is student and create. Right. Now database is created. Now every database should have one or more tables. Now we are going to create a simple table to store students' index number and name. That's a very simple thing. Name, just say personal. I think you use all the simple letters. That's easy, right? Personal. Table name is personal. Number of columns. We have only two columns. One for index number, other for the name. Right? Just two. Then click the go. Go button is there. Click go. Now our job is to create fields for that table. How to create fields? By default, it will display two fields. Okay, first one is type index number. You can type either X, Y, O, whatever thing, doesn't matter. I think it's advisable to have a meaningful name for fields. Doesn't matter, this should be, this is just a variable. It may be X or A, B, C, or even say any name, doesn't matter. But better to have a meaningful name. It's a good practice. Index number and the data type. For index number, sometimes we use characters, so not only numbers, right? Even here we are using 001. If you select integer, all the leading zeros will disappear. No, it will not display, right? That's why we use character, varchar, var, and the length only, we need only three spaces, right? We need only three, 001, 002, right? Another thing is, because we are not going to do any calculation on index numbers, right? That's why it's always better to have a character field. Okay, second one, name. Same characters, varchar 10. Say example. In real world, that's 10 is not enough, but in our purpose, we only use the first name, right? Small first name, we put 10. That's enough. That's a setup of fields and save. Right now our table is finished. Initially, we don't know how to access the MySQL database from the Python code, right? Therefore, I am adding data into this table using the PHP MyAdmin interface. When you browse that one, you can see we don't have any records up to now. We need to insert the data into the table. Select the insert tab there, right? Insert menu is there. Browse, structure, SQL, search and insert. There you can see this is a first record, index number name. There's another one, right? Only two. As we are in our example, we are going to add 10 records. We add, go to the bottom, continue insertion with 2. We can change it to 10 rows, right? Once you click that one, it will add blank 10 rows. Okay, go to the right 10, type the records given on the table, or you can just type some, it doesn't matter, because I have pre-prepared these things and then I can easily manage, right? Index number is 001, then the second field, name is Tarin. Go to the second record, 002, and the name Supun. Third record, 003, name is Bhagya. Likewise, you can continue that one. Fourth record, Sachin. Fifth one, 005, index number, and the name Tiruni. 006, name Janani. Better we have a sample set of 10 or even 15, it doesn't matter, right? 007, Pasindu. 008, Lahiru. 009, that's a ninth record, Isuru. 010, 10th record, Fatima. Okay, now we have 10 records, right? You can select any of the go buttons on the right or at the bottom. Click go at the bottom or whatever place. Now there you can see actual SQL statement to insert the data, right? It's displayed here. Insert into personal table with pair of records, index number and name. That's the field names and the value 001 value. That's the one. Then click the browse on the top to see the record. Right now you can see our table with 10 records. Harindu, Supun, Bhagya, Sachini, Hirunu, right? All are there now. That's the table. You can get all the records there, right? If you know the SQL things, these are SQL records are there. Go to this right here. If you want to display only the names, just type select name from person. Go button is at the bottom. Then it will display only the names, right? Likewise, you can give any SQL command and run that. Get the edit button, say name, comma, index number. See what happens. Now it displayed name, index number. Likewise, you can give any SQL command, or you can give the search command where index number equal 0. This time it display only the records matching the index number 005. Right? Those are the SQL commands, right? Okay, we don't worry about that one at the moment. Right. Now We are going to access this database using Python. By default, in the Python doesn't support supporting module. We have to install a Python module called MySQL connector. Whenever I type the import MySQL connector, it won't run in there because we don't have that one. By default, it won't come with the Python. We have to install that one. We have to update our Python. To do that one, we have to go to the command line. That's the easiest way. The command is pip install. You should have connected to the internet to do that one. Pip install MySQL connector Python. That's the command. Pip. That's the installer, Python installer. Pip install MySQL connector Python. You should install that one, otherwise you can't access the MySQL database through Python. We are installing the Python MySQL connector module. Right, now press enter. Now it's downloading. This is downloading through command prompt. Right, say successfully install MySQL connector Python 8.0.25. Right, then let's give a warning. You are using PIP version. It's an older version, 21.1.1. Say 21.1.3 is available. If you want to update that one, you can do. The command is given. Command is python.exe -m pip install /upgrade pip. This is not necessary, not compulsory, right? For our purpose, this is not necessary. That's why I won't do that one. The pip command is not important to our things. Only for upgrading packages, installing modules, and these type of thing we need the pip. That's the current version is enough. Now we can give this command how to connect the MySQL database from Python. Right, we go to the Python IDLE, create a new one, new file. Yeah. Now this is a simple Python program. We are going to connect the MySQL database. Command is import MySQL .connect. That's the first line. Now we already installed the MySQL connector module. Otherwise, this command is not working in our. When you run the program, it gives an error. Say doesn't have a MySQL connect. Then there are some standard commands to connect the MySQL database. Right? I will give you this command. I am use a variable mydb, my database. You can type any name, doesn't matter, right? MyDB equal MySQL connector. Those are keywords. We have to type as it is. Connect, then open the parenthesis bracket. This is the standard way of connecting a database. We have to use these set of statements in any Python program to when you are accessing a MySQL database. It's for adding records or deleting records or updating records, right? Anything. You have to type these things. Now here we are specifying the exact details of the database. Host, our host is a local host. Put a command. Then the database name. We have to give all the details. Database seek name is student. Has to type a comma there to separate the. Even you can write in the same line. Doesn't matter. User. Remember we haven't set up additional users. Instead we use the default user, most power user called root. As this is in the local machine, we use the same thing, right? When you are using actual database, normally we don't use the root one for security reasons. Password equal, put the empty one and don't put a space there, space in between quotation mark. Just without any space, just type 2 quotations. That means no password. Right? We haven't set up a password when you are installing SAM. Close the bracket. That's the way of creating that word. Connecting a database. We need the MySQL connector module. Then specify the database. Database name is student. Will MyDB is the our database. In Python, database name is MyDB. We specify MyDB is the copy of student. Then to check whether database is connected properly or not, right, we can give a command. If MyDB, there's a command called is underscore connected. Command is there, it's a conditional, then we have to put the colon, right? Like Python commands, right? Then give a print command, print successfully connect to the database. You can just put the any after that MyDB. It's always advisable to close the database. If MyDB database is connected, it will print the successfully connect to the database. Otherwise, it won't display anything. Now I am saving this one. Save as, create a new folder, whatever you can put in any place. I am put Python collector, then I can save whatever things there, right? Go to that particular folder, give the file name, say code1, you can put any name, right? Connect MySQL or whatever name you, then run the program, run module. Right. There's a mistake, no? I have put two equal signs there. Okay, corrected that one. Now it gives the output successfully connect to the database. This means our Python program connected to the MySQL database created on the PHP MyAdmin. Actually, this database is created on the not inside the Python. Right? It's an outside thing. Now we are connect our Python program to the some outside database. Okay, that part is okay. I will show you the same program using PyCharm. Go to the open button is there. I'm pasting. Right now my program is there in the PyCharm, right? Import MySQL connector. How do I run that one?
File new.
Python file, right?
New.
Now give the name, no?
Yeah. Python file, yes, sir. So I'm asking that normally when you are running, we are using, we are putting a name here.
File name is there. Yeah, thanks. That then there's a problem. One issue error is there. Now you can see that one. This properly works with the Python IDL. In PyCharm it say module not found error. No module name MySQL. Right. Whenever using a MySQL, import MySQL, ideally is specially designed for the Python. Now this one we can use any other way package, no? Likewise, now there should be a small configuration file we have to edit. That one, how do you change that one? Let me check. I'm going to the C drive, users, my name is Prabhat there. Then the PyCharm projects folder is there, right? Again, PyCharm project. Then there's a folder called venv. CFG file is there, right? pyvenv.cfg. Open that file with any, say, notepad, doesn't matter. Open with the notepad. Then there you can see include system side packages equal false. Change it to true. Remove the false and correct it as true. Save that one. Now it's okay, no? Successfully connect to the database. When you are accessing a MySQL database, import command for MySQL, then we have to change that configuration file. I am not sure why they have put false in there, right? We have to change that false into true. Okay, now it's working. Code one. Okay, then go back to this one. Let's check that one. New file. This one, IDL one, file open, go to desktop, Python codes, code one is there. Now I am accessing the same file using both IDLE and PyCharm. Let's run that one. It says successfully connect to the database. So, right. Now, what I am going to do is, now we have created the MySQL database using phpMyAdmin. Then connect the database. Our next step is write a code to access and display records in that database. Now database is connected. This is okay. Right. Now last part is we don't need that one. I'm remove that one. Import the MySQL connector. Now this is the program code to display the records in the MySQL database. First thing is I am define a new variable. My cursor equal mydb is the database name. That's I defined in the previous statement. MyDB cursor. Right? That's a command. MySQL command. My cursor. I want to execute the MySQL command. My cursor execute select star from, that's a very basic SQL command, no? Select star from the table is person, right? That's tracking the data. Then we have to display that. We have to get this into the cursor object. I am using my result. That's the cursor object. My result equal, I defined my cursor earlier. My cursor is mydb.cursor, right? Then there's a command called fetch all. Fetch all here, extracting all, fetch all. Then give the print command, print my result. That's the command. First line is import the MySQL connector, then connect the database with the relevant privileges, password, username and password. Otherwise you don't have access permission, right? Then define the my cursor object, mydb cursor, give the SQL command. This is the way of executing SQL commands in Python. MyCursor.execute within bracket, give the SQL command. Then get the all results and print that. Now you can see our Python program display the data inside the personal table of student database. Goes to the student database, access the personal table and display the records. It displays 10 records. No? Output is there. How to get the output, right? This is just display the output with the records. First record is 001 command Taribu. Second record is 002 Supru. There are 10 records. Changing the way output pattern is not very clear. If we can give the output record by record in a different line, it should be better. How do you change? Oh, before that, let's see PyCharm one. When you go to the PyCharm, now you can see it's automatically update the program. Right? Now in PyCharm one, I haven't put my cursor, my DB, everything. No, it was the previous program, but I update on the using IDLE. Right? Once it will automatically update the PyCharm program. When you run that one, we have to save that one first. Then we have to save that one. Run code one. It display the record. Save. I will change the way output display. Right? I am changing this part now. This time I am changing the program using PyCharm. Right? My result, my cursor is there. What I am doing is instead of print my result, write a for loop. For x in my result, for x in my result, print. Now the difference is when you are typing, start typing a opening bracket, it automatically put the closing bracket. Then we print x. Now I change. Earlier I put just my result. Now I am changing for x in my result and print x. That's a for loop, getting the records one by one into x and printing x. Let's see the output line by line. First record in the first line, second record in the second, and so on. It won't automatically update in the IDLE. we put that one, no? Right. When we are doing the Zoom lesson, I think ideally more clear, no? You can that the visibility is better than the pie chart because black one, right? Okay, here, right. Now change the output into different format. Think about that one. Let's try this one. Instead of print X, when we are using Python arrays, I will cover in next day, sometimes later. Say X1, I am putting just index 1. Let's see, right? For X in my result, print X1. What happened? Now this time, without quotation parentheses, right? It just display the name. In other words, it took 0 element, sorry, 1, X1 as the name. Then where is the index number? How do you get the index number? Now name is X1. Let's try X0 because Python, everything is starting, any range start with the 0, right? Now you know when you are get the my result into X, if any record, the first element, like a list, first element is 0, 1 is the first one, second one is the first, right? Index 1. You can write in different ways. X0, comma, X1. Let's try. Now we are displaying both records. Now this one is better than just printing X, no? When you are printing X, display with the parentheses, quotation mark, everything is there, like this here, right? Now here I am displaying in the proper way. 001, Karindu, right? That's name and everything is there. Let's try X0 plus X1. Then they concatenate the two character strings. You can see display without any space. Those are the small things you have to understand. Right. Now I want to put the index number and the name as a heading. Now it's a Python thing, so nothing to do with the MySQL and everything, right? According to your knowledge, we already know how to write something. Just save the print. Should be print before the for loop. Index number, comma, name. Before printing the for loop, just above the for loop, we put printing the word name and the, sorry, index number and the name. Index number and the name. You can format that one. You can put a space there, right? Few spaces between there to align that. No, we can remove the hash mark. No, clear no index and name. You can put some additional spaces, maybe 2 spaces. 2 spaces between these variables. 2 is bad, not more than, no? You can put the 1 there. So put the name space there. Index number, name. Likewise, once you get the output, data into our variables, MyDB database within the Python, now you can control the output the way you want, right? Now nothing to do with the MySQL now. Now MySQL part is from here to there. This is the MySQL part, first few lines. After that, just Python, right? Now we can do a small modification. If somebody asks to display the records in the order of name, not the index number order. Order of name, alphabetically ordered. How do you change the code? What is the SQL command, SQL parameter to get the output in particular order? I am changing here from personal, select star from personal, order, give the command order, that's the word, order by name. Now the command is select everything from personal in order of the name. That's the meaning of that one, order by name. Now we got the output in the order of the name, starting with the third record at the top, alphabetical order. No? Bhagya, Fatima, Hiruni, Isuri, Janani, Lahiru, Pasindu, Sachini, Supun, Taridu. That's the way of displaying records from a MySQL database. Right? You have to notice that the MySQL database is not inside our Python program. Right? It's not inside the Python environment. It's on a different environment. Search records. When we are manipulating a database, displaying is one option. Another option is how to search a record. Right? Rather than looking from beginning to end. Say, example, if you have a table with 1,000 records, to find out the particular student, you can't get the display of an entire database and get the entire database, find the name and get the index number, or what other vice versa, right? For the given index number, find out the name. If you know the index number of a student and to find out the name of that particular student, how do you search that one? Getting an entire output then manually searching is not practical thing. Okay, I'm changing this program. SQL command, I have to change. I'm rewriting that one, SQL command. We can get the select star from personal, it's okay. Now, order by, we remove last part. Now, searching things, the keyword is where index number equal, I want to search the person's name of the index number 5, which student has the index number 5. Where index number is a normal English SQL statement is something like a normal English statement. Select star from personal where index number equal 005. Get the result of the name of the student matching the index number 005. Now there we don't need to that one. No? Repeating loop is not necessary, but we haven't put the X. No? Just put the my result. Now we display the fifth record, no? Record with the index number 005. That's Hiruni. In practically, you may have a personal database of students may have an index number, is first name, last name, birth, date of birth, house address, no? And so many information now. There are so many records. As this is a demonstration purpose, I just put the 2 records for easiness, right? Otherwise, you have to, it will take more time to do that one. Now you can create a database, MySQL database of your students in your class, like this one. Personal data, what are the index number, name, right? First name, last name, parent's name, or whatever. You can put any fields there. How do you go from here? Now I am doing the same program, but writing in a different way. Right? Rather than writing the SQL select command inside the my cursor execute command, we can have a better way of writing that one. I am getting this one, SQL command separately. I cut it that one and put separate one. I just put SQL, but you can put any name there, right? Just any name. Now what I did was give the SQL statement within double quotation mark, or you can put a single one, doesn't matter. If you are using single quotation mark, you have to change the 005 inside the double quotation. Otherwise it won't. Right. Now after that, when you are executing that one, my cursor execute, here I am putting SQL. That is, the program code is much better than previous and easily understand. Right? If you want to change the SQL, just change the SQL command. It's a separate place. So we put in the SQL command as a variable and pass into the my cursor execute command. Let's see that one output. Same output, no? Got the same output there, right? That's an improved version of the. Always, I think, advisable to have a code in this format as a professional way of doing the code. If we want to find out the record, you don't know the index number. Right? If you don't know the index number, but you know the name, how do you change? Say where name equal, say positive. Now the where clause is different now. Earlier we had where index number equals something. Now this time where name equal positive. Sometimes you may not know the index number, but you know the name. Try this one. Right, it gives the record 7. Index number is 7. In real life, something like this one, no? In the record, we have his house address, age, date of birth, right? And so many other details, right? We can easily find out that. Now, in this example, only 2 labels, 2 fields, and you can't get the proper idea there, right? But the technique is the same. Let's try to change. Sometimes we may not know the exact name, but we know that one his name is starting with some character, but we don't know the exact other thing. If you want to find out the names, all the students' records with the names starting with the letter S, we can easily write that one. Now, instead of equal name, we can give the command like. From where name like, now inside this one, say starting with S. Normally in other places we are putting the wildcard character star, but in this SQL things we can't use the star because the star means everything. Use the percentage sign, S and percentage. Let's see. Now you have 2 records. One is Supun, other one is Sachin. Both are starting with the letter S. That's a like keyword to match the records, not the exact matching. Something say like this one, right? Normally we are saying his name is like that one. That's a like command. Right, now we know how to search through index number, name, and the matching names. If you want to find out the name, say student with the record Supun, then we have to change the program code, no? Every time you want to change another student, we have to change the programming code. In other words, this is hard-coded into our program. Why can't we have a generalized program to search any student? Initially, we can, whenever we run the program, we can ask the student name. After that, we'll display the student's details. We can do this in this way. Get another variable, say name for name. That's a Python normal variable. Input, we just say name. That's a name to be searched, right? Name. My cursor, my DB cursor, that's a standard statement. Then we have to change the SQL one. Name equal, no? Exact name, no? Not like. When you are passing a parameter into a SQL command, we have to do a different way. when we are passing, now we are going to pass that particular value of the nm into that SQL statement. Then the syntax is starting with the percentage and the simple s. This is not the letter s, right? That's a string characters. Percentage string. Now earlier we put the s means the name starting with s, no? That's why we got two names with the Supun and Sachini. Now this is a different thing. Starting with the percentage, then s. After that, we have to pass this parameter into the SQL execution. Just we say get another variable ADR nm. We can write in this way, but in the Python list, any singleton element is writing in a different way. Put the comma. That's why in Python syntax put the single thing. I will cover this in the list, dictionaries, tuples, etc. Right? Now we have two parameters. One is the SQL one, other one is the address. Then when passing the execute command, SQL command, we have to put another parameter, SQL command ADR. Because our SQL statement asking a parameter here, $% is mean we have to pass that address, right? Now, whatever we input in the at the beginning goes to the variable name, and we pass that variable name into the SQL command. Let's see. It asks name. Say, I just put Lahiru. Wrong there. No? What's that one? In line 17, MySQL SQL address file G. Let's see. What's wrong with it? We are getting the name, input name. SQL one is, sorry. We have to remove that one. When we are passing that one, don't put the quotation mark there, right? Right. Once you type the name Lahiru, it will display the record, this record, right? To find another one, we don't need to change code. You can run the same program and get the value. How do you add a student? How do you add data into our existing table? But we know how to add through my PHP MyAdmin. You can go to the PHP MyAdmin and we can add data there. That's a simple thing. Now through Python program, how do you add data? Right? Now the SQL command is insert. Now here I remove this input part, put the SQL command. I am changing the SQL command, insert into data. Table name is personal. Insert whatever data into the table personal. What are the fields? Index number, name. We can specify the names. Say example, if you have a table with the 10 fields, if you want to update only couple of fields, 2 or 3 fields, then you can specify that. Then put values. Insert into personal table, index number, name, then values. You can put the values inside there. First one is say, now we have 10 record, no? 10 records, 0, 1, 1. 11th record, right, 11th record, we can put another name, Rashmi. SQL command is insert into personal, index number and name values, index number and the name. Here, we don't need that part now, no? Remove that one. Then the address part is not there, no longer there. Just run the SQL statement. We don't need to fetch command now. No? We're not reading the records. I am putting a new one now. New statement. Print my cursor and put keyword row count. Counting the number of rows. Comma. Then put the records inserted. Let's see that one. Say one records inserted. Message is coming, no? Say one records inserted. How do you check that one? Now we can run the previous program, no? Displaying the records in the MySQL database. In my one, I haven't saved separately that one. Just put the same table, same code I modified and get the next one. Okay, what I can do is I can go to the PHP myadmin one, right? Localhost one. Get the browse command. Still there are only 10 records. Right? Only 10 records. But our program output that one, it says updated, inserted one record. Right? That's a very important thing. Whenever you're writing a program, writing data into a database, you have to close the database. Otherwise, it won't display and there may be a chance to lose your data. Right? That's why once you execute the SQL command, you have to give the close command. You have to MyDB is the database. Then commit. Give the commit command, right? Now it's a committed. Everything is okay. DB is commit, right? One record inserted and go to this one and click the browse or refresh. Now you can see 11th record is there, no? Rashmi is there. New record is there. Right, now I will change the code into a better way rather than passing parameters inside the SQL statement, right? Rather than, sorry, not passing, that's writing the data inside the SQL statement. I will arrange the same code in a better way. I'm writing insert into personal index number name values. I am removing that data. I just cut that one and put as a parameters percentage s comma percentage s. Now it's something like x comma y. Then we have to assign the values for x and y. In the next line, say this is any variable name, I just put the value val. Here I can put as list value. Then we have to pass this one into SQL comma va. Otherwise it won't go into the SQL statement. My cursor execute SQL value. MyDB coming. Here I am putting another one, not the same one. I put the new records 0, 1, 2. Instead of Rashmi, I put another record, right? Otherwise, it will add the same record, Gayan. Let's say one record inserted. Let's see. I'm looking from the database, PHP myadmin. There you can see new record is there, no? That's a better way of writing the code. How to add multiple records in the same one. Rather than inserting one by one, how to add multiple records. How I am changing this one. instead of value, this part, value, now earlier we put a single record there, single list. Now I am putting, starting with the square bracket, put few records. 013, comma, 014, up to the 015, couple of records there, right? Samadhi, Amanda, and close with the square bracket. Then we have to change the MySQL execute command. This time, as we adding multiple records, should be a command is not execute, execute many, M-A-N-Y. Otherwise, it will execute only one record, right? Now the command is execute many. Let's see. Now you can see the output is, say, 4 records inserted. 4 records inserted. This automatically count the number of records inserted, right? That will count by this command, right? My cursor dot row count will count the number of changes. Now go to the MySQL database and browse. Or you can put the display command in the Python. You can write the Python code. No, first Python code we have written for the display the records. Right now we have 16 records. Okay, now inserting data is okay. Next time under MySQL database, I have to do updating a